Hello, my name's Juliette Burton. I'm a writer, performer, actress type person thing, and I've been asked to talk to you about feeling different growing up. So when I was little, I grew up, I know it's unbelievable to believe that I actually grew up in the 80s, because it's strange because I'm only 18 years old, but I grew up in the age of, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sylvanian families, and yeah, Margaret Thatcher. So that was a time when somebody like me at a very young age exhibiting strange symptoms of being different, things that now looking back were actually obsessive compulsive disorder or eating disorders. Back then, when doctors sort of said to my parents, oh, you might need to get your daughter some support, some extra help, it wasn't really the done thing. There wasn't a lot that my parents knew about the support out there. And all I knew, being very young and inarticulate, was that I felt very different. I felt profoundly different from my family, from the other children, and I thought that different meant bad, and I thought that I was wrong and bad. And that gradually took hold over the next few years of my life, and it rooted itself deep, deep within me. And those little symptoms of behavioural disorders, which perhaps could have been curbed or managed or learnt how to deal with, they grew and took a greater hold over me in my teenage years, when I absolutely believed that I was not only different but awful, and felt very isolated and incredibly alone. And I think that that's something that anybody with any physical difference or mental difference, anyone who feels different, feels like they're alone with that difference, and that difference might be bad, especially at a young age. And it's a time, of course, when bullies usually tend to pick on difference, and yeah, believe me, I had a lot of bullies who I can still remember the names of, who picked on me for being different, and that just adds to your feeling of isolation. So for me, unfortunately, it meant that in my teenage years I was in and out of hospital a lot, and was sectioned under the Mental Health Act when I was 17, which basically ruined my chances of getting any qualifications. Didn't get GCSEs or A-levels. Managed to get my Latin GCSE a year early. Got an A star for that. My proudest achievement ever. But it all worked out in the end eventually, because as I got older I gradually met more and more people who were different like me, who had problems, and I learnt, thanks to other people who've been through similar situations, how I could maybe handle it a bit better. And that's the point, is that nowadays no child who is different for any reason, physically, mentally, visibly or invisibly, they don't have to be alone. There are so many resources out there for the children, and also for the parents. Like, my parents didn't have a lot of support when I was growing up, so it was all brand new to them, and they were maybe a bit scared, which just added to my feelings of being wrong. But that doesn't have to be the way it is anymore. So difference can be beautiful, it can be an amazing thing, and the things that make me different now are the things that make me feel special. But I only know that thanks to not feeling alone anymore.